here, Kyle! Why are they doing this? Just run!
There is not one single positive thing to say about the new Star Wars show on Disney Plus, The Acolyte.
You contribute nothing to society!
The quality is awful, the lore is destroyed, the ratings are down, and everyone hates it, and, apparently, it's all our fault.
Of course.
Not the fault of Disney for being creatively devoid. I'm Troy from Marks on TV, and today we're talking about the final destruction of Star Wars at the hands of Kathleen Kennedy, Leslie Headland, and The Acolyte. Now, let's get into it. We're going to begin with the absolute destruction and desecration of the Star Wars lore, topped with a heavy heaping of current-day socio-political feminist messaging.
Oh, shit. Here we go again.
For that, we turn to some references from Bounding into Comics. The Acolyte makes massive retcon to Star Wars lore, revealing lesbian space witches created life from the Force long before Darth Plagueis.
What? What the fuck?
The third episode of the Star Wars show, The Acolyte, has made a significant change to the franchise's lore by introducing a new character, Mother Anastasia, I don't give a damn if I mispronounce that, who is a powerful Force-sensitive witch. According to the show, Anastasia used the Force to create life decades before Darth Plagueis, who was previously considered the only one able to manipulate the midi-chlorians to create life.
Oh, come on!
This change gives credit to a female character for a feat previously attributed to a male character, Darth Plagueis. Can't be having that on Star Wars, damn it. Men bad. Hear women roar.
What are your weaknesses?
I don't have any, ass.
The show's writer, Leslie Headland, has altered the franchise's lore, making Anastasia the first person to create life using the Force rather than Plagueis. Harvey Weinstein's former personal assistant has never seen a man she didn't hate, unless it's a man waving a rainbow banner, so this is an obvious thing she would do.
Oh, gay, so gay.
The woman who runs Lucasfilm, Kathleen Kennedy, also loves to put a chick in it and make her lame and gay.
Put a chick in it! Put a chick in it! Put a chick in it!
Excuse me. I believe I asked you to put a chick in this.
She's been doing this ever since she no longer had to get coffee for Steven Spielberg, so this also seems like a logical step for her and Lucasfilm in general.
Not a great plan.
And what comes next on the Disney wheel of destroying its own IP? Can anyone in the class answer this question? Yes, that's right. Next comes the fan blaming. That's where we get into this article from That Park Place. Access Media blames fans for ruining Star Wars, not the people at Lucasfilm pushing queer, feminist agendas.
Sure, Jan.
Journalist Livy Scott of Inverse, that well-respected publication, blames fans for ruining Star Wars rather than the creators at Lucasfilm who are pushing queer and feminist agendas. Scott argues that fans are resistant to change and are not open-minded enough to accept new ideas and
representation.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
The article states that Scott labels fans who disagree with the new direction of Star Wars as bigots, go figure, and blames them for the decline of viewership and ratings of the show. But, as we all know, it's actually the creators and executives at Lucasfilms who are ruining the franchise by making changes that alienate fans.
Fact.
In a way, Livy Scott does have a point that it is on the fans why modern Disney Star Wars is being rejected en masse and the ratings are tanking. But where she's wrong is that this is actually a good thing. Only in the modern, entitled, narcissistic, insane way of thinking is it a bad thing when people force themselves into your hobbies, completely change it, and then you are the bad guy for rejecting it.
You're so dumb. You are really dumb. For real.
Straight white people were also told that this show wasn't for us. Men were told that this show wasn't for us. So guess who's not watching the show? Men and straight white people.
See, as you can see, the more you fuck around, the more you're going to find out.
These people are not, were never, and will never be Star Wars fans. They saw Star Wars as something that they couldn't see themselves in, so they destroyed it, pissed on its corpse, and then reanimated it as Frankenstein's monster.
Well, there's no point in killing a dead horse.
You mean there's no point in beating a dead horse?
Why would anyone beat a dead horse?
Either way, true fans are and have been abandoning the franchise in droves, with viewership numbers and audience scores for The Acolyte being significantly lower than other Star Wars shows.
Not impressed by your performance.
And we've already had some pretty bad ones, so this is a massive statement wholeheartedly rejecting this garbage. Finishing up on that point, let's touch on this final article from That Park Place titled Star Wars The Acolyte audience scores get even worse for Disney and Lucasfilm following introduction of lesbian witches.
Get what you deserve!
There's a massive decline in audience scores for the Disney Plus show The Acolyte following the release of its first 3 episodes. According to Rotten Tomatoes, the audience score has fallen from 32% to 20% with an average rating of 1.5 out of 5. Since this article was written, actually, it's been lowered even further to 15%. On IMDb, the score has dropped from 5.1 to 4.0 out of 10, with a majority of reviews being 1 out of 10. Also, since this article was written, it's dropped even further to 3.5 out of 10.
Good.
This article also notes that viewership for the show has been extremely low, with only 210 million minutes watched in the US between May 31st and June 6th, compared to other Star Wars shows like Ahsoka, which had over 829 million minutes viewed in its premiere week. And while I liked most of Ahsoka, most people didn't. It had a pretty low rating and low viewer turnout. In fact, it had the lowest viewer turnout of any Star Wars show until this one.
Not good. Believe me, not good.
This show is an unmitigated disaster, and its viewership is an absolute trash fire. Those are actual quotes from this article, but they ring true enough where I had to repeat them.
It's true.
I would say that the sooner the show wraps up and is forgotten, the better. But Kathleen Kennedy is continuing to do irreversible damage here, not only for Star Wars, but to Disney across the board.
Make it more lame! Make it more lame!
She has to have some unflattering photos of Bob Iger somewhere, because I refuse to accept that Iger is too stupid and blind not to realize how much of a complete dumpster fire all of Lucasfilm is.
Stop playing stupid!
Maybe he really is stupid, Randy.
Nobody's this stupid!
Kennedy killed Willow in short order, to the point of where the show was erased from Disney+. She killed Indiana Jones in just one film, and while she's been riding that dying horse of Star Wars for over a decade, it's finally time to say that Star Wars is no longer dying, it's 100% dead, and the corpse is being repeatedly desecrated.
He's dead!
Comment with your thoughts on this. Have you seen any bit of The Acolyte? Were you ever willing to give it a chance? Have you liked any Star Wars shows or films under Disney? Or has Star Wars been dead for you ever since the Mouse House bought the rights? Let me know down in the comment section. As always, the links to the articles I covered can be found in the video description. Also, please share this video around to everyone you know, and don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and click that little bell to be notified every time we post brand new content. I've been Troy from Marks on TV, and we'll see you next time.